Hello students, I welcome you all to this video in which we are going to discuss about noise models in the process of image restoration in digital image processing. So first of all, what is noise and what are the noise models? As we all know that the noise signals are some interrupted signals or unwanted signals which when added to our input signal, it will degrade the quality of our signal. So just to recover or to remove these degraded signals or these raw noise signals, the process is used. This process is known as image restoration. So let's talk about it. What are the noise models? What's the need for using that models, and how can we take help from these models to perform the operation of image restoration? So let's start with it. First of all, image restoration. As I have already told in my previous videos, the image restoration process is the process of recovering a image or recovering a degraded image which is degraded due to the presence of noise signals or some adaptive or additive signals. So when we apply some process to recover this process from these unwanted signals or degraded signals, then this process is known as image restoration. This process of image restoration can be applied to time domain signals as well as for the frequency domain signals also. So this is a very important process in digital image processing. So this topic includes some topics that are what is noise, how it can be added to our original data, how we can remove the noise from our actual data, what are the noise models, what are the different types of noise models, etc. So here this is the image restoration and degradation model. So here we can say that in this figure we have two processes. First is degradation process and second is restoration process. So what are these? Degradation process, as the name defines, degradation process is the process when the noise is added to the original data, then the quality of our original data is degraded, and this process of decreasing the quality is known as degradation process. Now in fact the degradation signal is not in proper use. We can't use the degraded quality of image in our proper operations and in our future work. So we have to remove or recover our data by removing the noise. So by removing this noise or recovering the actual data, this process is known as restoration process. So what will this block diagram says? Let's see here. In this block diagram, the very first input is our input signal, that is f of x comma y, where f of x comma y denoting an image which we want to apply on the operation. X and y are the coordinate values on which the image is to be plotted. So first block is degradation function. This degradation function defines the process of degradation of the image when the noise is to be added. In next part there is a adder. Adder includes or adder defines the addition of noise signal to our original data. Here the noise signal is denoted by neta x comma y, where x and y are the coordinates values for the noise signal. So when the noise signal is added to our original or input data, then we have a degraded image which is denoted by g of x comma y, which is shown as the output of adder. So the process of taking input till getting the degraded image, this process is known as degradation image. Now we can't use this degraded image for our further use, so we have to remove or recover our image by removing the noise signal. So the next process is restoration. The next block is restoration filter. In this part we have to use some filters, different type of filters like low pass filter, high pass filter, Butterworth filter, and so many filters for removing the noise or unwanted signal from our actual data. So this process is known as restoration process, and at last, as the output of the restoration filter, we get the final actual data without any noise signal. So this complete process is known as image degradation and restoration process, and this model is used for defining or understanding the working of degradation and restoration process in any image. Now, what are the noise models? As we all know that a model is just a structure for defining anything. So here the noise models are of different types. We have to we use them only for the defining the noise types and their probability density functions, what's their effect on our actual data, etc. So there are two assumptions for noise model. The first one is the independent of spatial coordinates. The noise signals or the noise models will be independent from the spatial coordinate values. The coordinate values are on which the image to be plotted. The second assumption is uncorrelated with the image, and we can say that no correlation between the pixel values and the noise components. So the noise is added to the image signal when there is no relation between the pixel values of the image and the noise components which are present in the noise signal. So these two assumptions are always will be along with the noise models. So let's take. So these are the different types of noise models. First one is Gaussian noise model, then impulse noise model, which is also known as salt and pepper noise. Third one is uniform noise. Fourth is relay noise. Fifth is gamma noise, and last is exponential noise. And at the right hand side they all are the graph, and they are probability density function graph for the different noise models. The first one is for Gaussian noise, the second is for impulse noise, for uniform noise, and etc. So for all the 6 graphs are for these 6 models, how their probability density function vary from the coordinate values, how they vary, how they apply. Now the effect of noise on images and histograms. Here we can say that in right hand side there are some images along with their histograms for the color images, and there are 3 types of image noise. First is Gaussian noise, and second diagram is for exponential noise, and third diagram is for salt and pepper noise. Here we can say that the Gaussian noise effect on the image and its histogram, and the exponential noise. When we see the third type of noise, that is salt and pepper noise, we can say that there are some dots of black and white color over the image. So this is the effect of impulse noise. In the impulse noise, when the impulse noise is present in any image, then there are some dots of black and white color over the images. So this is the main effect of the noise presence in the signal. Now first one is Gaussian noise. The Gaussian noise is based on the statistical behavior of the pixel values, or we can say that the grayscale level, gray level values of the image. We can say there is a probability density function of Gaussian noise, which is mathematically expressed as Pz equals to 1 upon root under 2 pi sigma e to the power z minus mu divided by 2 sigma square. Here this noise is also known as normal noise model, where Z is the gray levels. As I have already told in my previous video, the grayscale level values have a range from 0 to L minus 1, where L is the 256 value. So its range will be from 0 to 255. Here mu denotes the mean value of the random variables of the pixels. So first of all, we have to calculate the mean value of all the pixels in an image. Suppose that we have 50 pixels in an image, then we have to calculate the mean value of the 50. So the mean value of 50 will be considered as the mean value of the image. Then sigma square denotes the variance of Z. It means variance of pixel values, that how much a pixel values vary from the neighborhood pixels. This measurement is known as variance. Now the second noise is gamma noise. For gamma noise, the probability density function graph will be just like this, and the mathematical expression for gamma noise will be this. Here, for calculating the mean value or mu value, the value will be b divided by a, where b and a are some integer values, and variance will be defined just like sigma square denoted by variance. So variance equals to b divided by a square. By this formula, we can calculate the mean and variance value for the Gaussian noise, and the probability density function graph for Gaussian noise will be just like this. Now, third type of noise is uniform noise. The uniform noise is again based on 2 integer values. that is A and B. So if the grayscale value or the gray level value of the image lie between the value of A and B, it means if the grayscale value have the value which is greater than equals to A but less than or equals to B, then the probability density function will give a value of 1 divided by B minus A. But if the grayscale level does not vary in this range, then the value for uniform noise probability density function will be 0. So now for this uniform noise, for calculating the mean and variance value, the formula is mu equals to A plus B upon 2 and sigma square equals to B minus A whole square divided by 12. By these formulas we can calculate the mean and variance value for the uniform noise, and this graph will be the probability density function graph for uniform noise. Now this is the effect of noise on images and histogram. We can say there are 3 images with their histograms. So first image show the effect of presence of Gaussian noise, the third is the effect of Rayleigh noise, and the third figure shows the effect of gamma noise presence in the signal. Now the fourth type is periodic noise. The periodic noise is a noise which can occur during after a period of time. So when a noise which repeats itself after a particular time period, then this type of noise is known as periodic noise. We can see here the image which include the periodic noise. In this image there is a presence of noise signal of periodic noise. So due to the presence of periodic noise, this picture, as we can see here, is not clear, it's not visible properly. So this is the effect of periodic noise. We can remove it by using the frequency domain filtering. Now estimation of noise parameters. What are the parameters for noise and how we can estimate and measure them? So for periodic noise there is a first parameter is the frequency components, because it can be removed by frequency domain filter. So first of all we have to measure the Fourier spectrum components of the image, and we just have to calculate or estimate the noise probability function for all the gray levels of that particular image. Now applicability of various noise models. So first one is Gaussian noise, the electronic circuit noise and sensor noise due to poor illumination. Due to poor illumination or due to the very high and very low temperature, it can be generated. The second is Rayleigh density or Rayleigh noise, the characterized noise phenomena in ranging image. When we have a range in any image for particular low bound and high bound values, then this type of noise can be generated. The third is exponential or gamma noises, which can be generated in laser images. The next is impulse noise, which can already defined as, that is also known as salt and pepper noise. When the number of low intensity values or number of high intensity values is very high, then this type of noise can be generated. And the last type is uniform noise, the least descriptive of practical situation noise, which cannot be practically defined. Now there are some filters. The noise models just define the types of noise, how many types of noise can be generated in a image. Now we have to remove that noises to improve the quality of degraded image. So we have some filters. By using these filters we can recover the original data by removing the noise signals. So first one is mean filters and second one is order statistical filters. In mean filters we have 4 types of filters: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, and contra-harmonic mean filter. And second type of filter is order statistics filter, in which we have 4 filters, that is median filter, max and mean filter, midpoint filter, and alpha trimmed filter. So let's start with it. First of all, what is mean filters? The mean filters is worked. First of all, if it calculates the mean value of the pixel. So by using this we can calculate the mean value of the pixels. Suppose in an image there are 60 pixels, so we have to calculate the mean value for the 60. Then this mean value is compared to the all values for calculating the mean filter. under the mean filter, the first type is arithmetic mean filter. In this type of mean filter, we have to calculate the arithmetic mean value of all the pixels present in a signal by this formula. So this formula says that summation of g of s comma t divided by mn, where m and n denotes the size of a image in a which is in a matrix form. So we have to just add all the pixel values of the image and divided by the total number of images or total number of pixels. It will calculate the earth mean filter. By using this earth mean filter, we can filter out the signal. It can be mostly used to reduce the noise of Gaussian, uniform and Huygens noise. Now, the second type of mean filter is geometric mean filter. In previous type, we have to calculate the arithmetic mean filter. The difference is that we calculate the mean filter, but this time we have to calculate the geometric mean filter in a geometric manner. So this type of filter will remove the Gaussian noise. Now, the third type is harmonic mean filter. In this type of mean filter, we have to calculate the mean filter or mean value by using this formula, that is mn divided by summation of 1 upon g of s comma t. We have to calculate the mean values of all the pixels present in an image by this formula, and this filter will mostly used to remove the black and white noise, that is impulse noise or salt and paper noise. Now, the contra-harmonic mean filter. This is the last type of mean filter. This filter is used to reduce the salt and paper noise. It have a parameter q which denote the order of the filter. This type of filter has some order value, and on the basis of the value of q, this filter will be calculate the mean value. There are some situations. If q has a value which is greater than 0, then it will remove the paper noise from the signal. Second is, if the q has a value which is less than 0, then it will remove the salt noise. Third condition is, if the q has a value which is equals to 0, then it will be behave like arithmetic mean filter. And the last situation is that if the q has a value which is equals to the -1, or we can say that if the q has a negative value, then it will be work as a harmonic mean filter. So by this formula, we can calculate the harmonic mean, the contra-harmonic mean, and by using this mean value, we can calculate the degraded image, and we can also remove it. Now, the second is order and statistical filter. By order and statistical filter, we can remove the noise signal by using some ordering for just like rank. So first one is max filter. By max filter is used by calculating the pixel which has the maximum value among all the pixels. So this will be also known as 100th percentile file. The second is min filter. In this type of filter, we have to calculate, or we have to find the pixel which has the minimum value. So this is also known as 0th percentile. Then the max filter will remove the paper noise, and min filter will remove the salt noise. The next type is midpoint filter. Now, in previous two parts, which are the max filter and min filter, we already calculated the max pixel value and minimum pixel value. In max filter, we have to find out the pixel which has the maximum value among all the pixels, and in min filter, we have to find the pixel value which has the minimum value among all the filters. So by using the maximum value and minimum value, we have to calculate the midpoint value of them by using the formula max plus min divided by 2. By this formula, we can calculate the midpoint value, and this filter is known as midpoint filter. So this is the effect or output of the midpoint filter. We can easily see the first part of the image. A is the image with salt and paper noise. In this part of image, there is a presence of salt and paper noise. In part second of image, that is B part, a result of 3 by 3 arithmetic mean filter. in B part we have used the arithmetic mean filter, and the part C, the result of 3/3 median filter. In this part we using the median filter, and it is very clear and visible. And the fourth part is the noisy data, in which the salt and pepper noise is present. So this is all about noise. What are the noise models, how we can remove it to improve the quality of the image and to recover the noisy image from our data. We have used all these noise models and these filters for removing them. So this is all about noise models and different types of noise filters to removing the noise present in the signal. Thank you.